the creations of our mind begin with us. When we have the spaces in our focus, everything else is peripheral visions, as one can relate and recollect, as you can also likewise in grade schools, being taught of something new, like learning Spanish, learning English if you are multi-bilingual, learning Vietnamese, and learning your homeland as Khmer at home. So English at schools it was fun as well, yes. I pay attention, yet as I focus, everything seemed to be zoned out. This was a feeling when you focus something so hard, not really so hard, you pretty much pay close attention and just zone out. It's a feeling was a bypass in learning. I think that's what it is. You hear it. So yet, I recollect when I was relaxed and calming. Now, in one ability to have the composure of pure essence, we're only in the midst of the chaos that is out of order at times, where we're living in this civilization now. One of the senses, another is that oneself, as we experiment and training through our visual in this world we see and see different same like species and different ages that's forming as well, how quickly we recover from things when we feel it hurts, but we quickly overcome and put ourselves back together. It's a training and experience of life in the best way we know how we apply, and if not, that's gonna be a lack thereof. But we learn. Initially, it seemed like obstacle. No matter how bad or good our life, you think our life is, wake up each day with gratitude and be thankful for life, because someone somewhere else in this world, they are fighting to survive, and therefore be grateful, right? It's another breath that we take with a deep inhalation and exhalations to calm our center nerves and enjoy ourselves. It's a beautiful evening. So once our nerves calm down, after we exercises or take a walk down with nature, remember to vacuum our stomach, holding that breath, 2 inhalation, and a nice deep out exhalation. And remember, hold the abdominal muscle, squeeze it, squeeze your entire body deliberately and hold 2 contractions. And smile at heart. It's for lifting up the spirits of yourself and others that you see that may need it as well too. It's live with the gratitude of the spirit intrinsically from within as well as from within, as we embrace or give another one a hug because they could use that hug. Because hug yourself because you deserve it. You put in the work, give yourself a hug after each session, after each training, give yourself a nice, good, warm hug. And I have an understanding that after journey inwardly into oneself, deep dive into the core, into the reservoir, journaling and life itself, it got lifted only to be seen. The veil is still more layer, like an onion. Emotions, hide, tears, and sometimes we don't know why. Many of us find some shape and form in this dimension's reality. We take upon what is, we feel like is oneness, wholeness, not duality. It brings the tears into oneself, as when relative or anyone you know that may pass away, or even animals as well too. It's incredibly enhanced the feeling of more to explore and discover within ourselves. And as we adore all life forms, that is too is related to us, that we notice some of the whole part of the intricate, like a network of the forest of us human via computer wireless network frequency. It's a body network It's the electrical magnetic field in our body, the aura, and of the vibrations, the energy, electricity all around us, and also of the majestic ray sun and the moonshine, and you too. You illuminated, my friend, are the universal love. You are the universal love. You are the universe in love, expressing love, the earthling of four consciousness, that is thin layer of four elements. You earthling of four elements with consciousness make that five. And the sixth sense, that thin layer of skin, that bone, flesh and skin, flesh and bone, that when we get hurt, when we get a splinter or whatnot, or we get a cut, we get to see all those impulsive. And that is the clarity and the cut through the veil of delusion, that it's the sight that appealing and is pleasing to the eyes, that pleasant image that we see. The imageries get old, not found of the oneness sometimes. It's a mirage, it's an age, it's the old succumb sometime by nature and folly, and left just deserted islands, the star, the dust, the ashes, the thunder strike of old age, streamed by made an account of birthdays, where like water flowed down the mountaintop of the pinnacle summit, shoot down the tears, fears of old ages, and not the concept of oneself to experience this life spirituality, this spiritual life form, this scientific learning about the integral to neurophysiology, neuropsychology, and neurobiology. Is a form of human and enjoyment with love. Is the link with of abundant, that of having always felt by love around nature, always felt that is enough, always felt it's abundant, and keep on having that within oneself embeddedly. And yeah, in adolescence we misbehave when we are young and experiment, and we now rise above the deprivation to embody the pinnacle pillars of the unisex, that is welcoming one to experience here and now, not delaying time. So each and every one are able to take themselves back from the hood and bring them back out to a new day, because it's a new dawn and a new evening, and the day never passes, it's always here. And when you experience the bliss that's not delaying time, meaning that you too, spiritual being who are viewing this right now, can experience this phenomenon of dharma within yourself. The yearning for the overlooking of the new horizon is we all sought for, but little did we know that it's all within our own self. So have yourself a nice good hug. Self-discovery and self-education is to want to learn and to create as a team, a community. It is the privilege to remove oneself from frictions of complexity and fracture of the never-ending patterns of crossing these different scales of the process of loops of this earth over the chaos. Within the chaos, geometrically, it is that fractals, and they exist within our familiarity dimensions. Our thoughts formations, our dreams, our lucid dreamings, our plans, or goal, or fixations, or something that's just already been laid out for us in ways that we may not even know. The full nature of the friction is the mountain, our family, the tree, literally trees, as it's so totally co-related with us human, as humanity in this civilizations, as always has been as well too. Because in many ways, in shape and form, the tree, thus us, was indeed one teacher to learn from and to be seen as the elements of this embodiment. Truly, the clarity is that of the focus of learning when we gaze into the mother nature, her nature, her pleasant sweet fruits, and all those natures of beauty to adore and to love. As the river is that of fractal simple equation over the time of who knows when, since time immemorial. We are always here. The civilization, we are here since time immemorial. Just like the movie Portent Here Who by Dr. Seuss. When people say you have changed, it is only because one stop acting the way that they want us to be. We step up of our frictions and to find a new, to create a new, to make a new, to make a new. Our choice was to learn and to leave this world what we once knew, it better. If we can, and then that would be generous, and so it is. So we change it. We be the change we want to see in the world, and that's the metamorphosis that starts first is with us, with oneself, to that which arises our consciousness, to way up north, the North Stars, the moonshine, to the never-ending sky loop. And while we're here, we give our best to be our best, to be the best versions of ourselves, to be that we can be. You are meant to be not that what they want you to be. You have your own path, your own power at hand. I was never really good at anything except for the ability to learn, ability and the willingness to keep on going, to keep on striving, to keep on learning. May not always be the top, may not always be first, but learning will always trump talents. So the act of posting, the act of pushing, the act of never give up, the act of pushing forward and not knowing where we are going is the belief in oneself, and is I'm doing it anyways. I'm just gonna do it bit by bit. I'm doing it, and to follow one heart at hand, that love within oneself is the outcome of tears, cares, sincerely, just to see another live just a little better while we are already living in a good life. Even though our life trajectory may not all be how we want it to be or so, we just thought, make manifest, and however, I am pleased to be here, and I hope you are as well too. And whenever that I am growing to another life and growing to become another being, to create this life trajectory, to move forward into a new destiny, to a new after